Hey guys, welcome back to OverTakes. This is Misfit.
And I'm Cal.
And we are here with our Week 15 preview, the last week of qualifiers for the May tournament. I guess we're calling it the May.
Yeah, I think they're just going with the monthly tournament. And
May
tournament. The name, whatever the name of the month is, or whatever.
Yeah.
So
the May tournament qualifiers are just about done. And, we're going to talk about, the news and all kinds of stuff that happened. If you are on YouTube, thank you very much for joining us. Thanks a lot for all the likes, subscribes, all the stuff you guys have been doing for us. We really appreciate it. Everybody in podcast land, thank you very much. Thanks for being patient with the weird RSS things that I've been having going on. I've gotten them fully straightened out, so you will have all the episodes coming up when we're done with them. They'll be on the day and all that kind of stuff. There won't be, weird chunks of episodes and me having to reload everything. Anyway, but thanks for all your support too, guys. We really appreciate it. All right, so we have some regular Overwatch news that kind of bleeds into Overwatch League. A lot of talk and stuff going on in Overwatch League. A lot of arguing, really, is what it is, and bitching and complaining. But let's talk about the experimental mode first, which, if you guys don't know, the experimental mode is a thing where they're, testing out stuff. I'd say about, what do you think, 80% of the stuff goes in? Unless it's like one of those weird 3-2-1 things they were doing.
Yeah.
They're doing balance changes.
I would say it's probably even higher than that. I would think one of the early ones when they had a whole bunch of changes to a bunch of different heroes, and really all we got was the D.Va and McCree ones.
Yeah. I think they're checking the reception. And the good thing is it's console and regular. I know we don't talk about console too much, but those guys play too, and they need an input too, because sometimes heroes can be more overpowered on console than they are on PC. It's just the way the game works on that and all that. The real focus is on it. To me, seems like healing, and for fuck's sake, Bastion, just whatever with that thing. Anyway,
yeah.
He's a stationary machine gun. In higher levels, you could take the spread down to 0.
And they would still nuke a Bastion.
Yeah, especially with Echo and some of the changes they made to Junkrat.
Yeah, oh my god, Junkrat is just going to absolutely eat him alive.
Junkrat's so fun now, guys. I'm a Junkrat freak. I love playing Junkrat because, it fits into I like playing annoying characters. And I just like the way he plays. I'm not going to lie. It's fun. To me, it's super fun. And they've made it more fun.
I played one round of the experimental card today, and I somehow got DPS, even though I queued for DPS and support. And I was going to play Junkrat. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to because Frito was like, hey, can I have Junkrat? And I'm just like,
yeah, that's Fredo.
Can I not? It's Frito.
You should have bargained. Come on my
You have to watch one of my VODs.
Yeah.
And come on our show.
Come on our show. You can play Junkrat. I'm sure you would. What's your show?
Yeah.
Oh, right. Yeah, sure. Overwatch League. I'll talk about that. Why not?
Yeah.
But yeah,
if you want to come on with Bob too, you can.
Yeah, we'll bring Bob on. The changes on there, and also the whole, what are they calling this? The old school ranked open queue.
So it's open.
These are the things that they had a developer update and all that stuff.
Yeah,
and
so they're adding open queue competitive in hopes that helps at least alleviate some of the queuing problems.
Isn't that going to take all the tank and support players out? Because don't people really want to play 3-3 or goats or some form? I'm just speculating.
Yeah, I mean, basically, hang on.
It depends on what level you are too. With that, it's gonna spread the field out a little bit. I think.
Yeah, I think it'll be.
You can run triple DPS in there, so you're going to get.
More of an opportunity for DPS players to play the characters that they want to play in a relatively faster queue, and then hopefully that will in part also alleviate the queue times in official ranked of 222.
Right. I think it'll help. I'm not.
Yeah, I mean, it can't hurt.
Yeah.
Honestly, like, it's just another game mode. I don't hate it.
No.
I saw somebody bitching that it's like, oh, can you take down the limit of how many games we have to play? Because now I have to play 25 whole games to get all of my placements done. It's like, so?
You don't have to do all your placements, dude.
Yeah, like,
there's no law that says do all your placements. You get no reward for that. There's no reward for that, though. If there was like you're going to get a legendary skin or something like that if you do all of your placements. Yeah, fine.
You get a few more competitive points to buy golden guns. Like, that's about it.
Yeah.
Like, I don't understand why it's that big a deal, but at the same time, yeah, like, who gives a shit?
Hey, and it adds something else to the game. You know, if you want to play that, go ahead. You don't like 222, but, you know, most games are outside of, like, even when GOATS was popular, outside of Diamond and above, it was generally 222.
Yeah, and I think, like, what people, I mean, yeah, I just, anything to help the queue times is better. On top of all this, the
changes were the big thing.
Yeah, the changes were the big thing
for me.
Yeah, not really too much else, but we also had the thing over the weekend where a bunch of content creators got put into a Discord where they got to talk to Jeff, and we got some more info from that. We talked a little bit about it on Sunday, but I wanted to harken back to it because we basically have gotten confirmation that one of the big things that they are working on is a guild system.
Yeah.
And
that's huge. They want to do it across the board in Blizzard. Like in the, basically in the launcher.
Right.
Which is fine.
Whatever way they want to do it, I don't really care. But
as long as you can get people together in a group for Overwatch, or, you know, even for Diablo, and you play Overwatch passively, or the other way around,
and having it be like, or if you want to play with those people in either one, you can. So I'm done with that. But anything, and then I'm hoping that also means that we get some kind of group queue or something like that for ranked. I will be shocked if that's not a thing at this point.
Yeah,
but it's probably a pretty big feature, and we're gonna have to wait till 2. But thank God it's coming, because I think that will add so much more to this game.
Yeah, and it will. And I keep saying this. It adds to the competitive play gets better, because the more and more we progress in gaming, solo queue is just a nightmare.
Right, and
I think
this game probably has one of the better solo queue.
Yeah, the rest of them
experiences.
Not garbage,
but there's still a lot of room for improvement, and there's a lot of things that are you just can't ever fix in a solo queue experience.
No.
Cohesion. And then I also think in relation to the league, this is a big deal, because if you want a true path to pro, that's your fucking option. And Team Q, holy crap, that team did really well. And then you start doing tournaments, you start doing all these other things,
and
with
these
teams
guys
in the top part of the ladder. There's your tier 2 scene, and you just revitalized it.
And, you know, you're going, oh, these guys here, and whatever this team is, whatever the name is, wow, they're doing well in these tournaments.
Right.
And this player is good, and that player's good. Let's bring them in for a trial.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and then they move up to contenders or whatever, or whatever the next step is. I think it's going to be fantastic when it comes around.
I agree.
It's going to make the game from bronze to top 500. The games are going to be better.
Agreed.
Because even if you're playing with people that know how to play.
Mm-hmm. Even if they're all bronze. and
Yeah.
you are also a bronze, you at least like
you have cohesion with the people you're playing with. You
exactly.
know what they're going to do. You know, in bronze or silver or whatever. Yeah, okay. This is my boy. He's going to yeet in here for fucking no reason. I'm playing support. I'm like, all right, I'll just follow him in and try and keep him alive. You know.
But then it also like it helps so much with like the toxicity issue, because like if someone is being a toxic asshole, you kick that fucker out of the guild. Like there's much more incentive to be nice to people.
Yeah.
Because those are the people you're going to play with. And when you're cool about it, people want to play with you more. And then
the throwing and all that stuff's going to go down the tubes too.
Exactly.
It's going to be lessened. It's still going to happen, but
dramatically lessened. Yeah.
And they're going to get kicked out of the guild. Like if someone just is like, fuck this, I'm out.
Yeah.
You know, then Alt F4 or whatever. It's just like, I'm fucking done.
And then you move out.
Yeah.
Or you move on.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's awesome. I'm super excited.
And what that's going to do, it's going to help with some of the other problems like cheaters and other things that they can focus on when okay, the throwing and some of the other stuff is kind of contained because these people are policing themselves because they have groups of people.
Exactly.
We can focus on, like yesterday I was telling you, I had the guy that was playing Hanzo that had a Mercy attached to them that wasn't even fucking, was just bouncing around, and he headshotted me through a wall.
Yeah.
And that's in a fucking quick play game.
Right. Like, why even bother?
Yeah, well, it's probably the testing it out to see if
testing it out and probably raising the account to the proper level.
Yeah. Well, if you're playing against me at my level... Well, the telltale sign in that whole thing was, I told you, me and the diva on my team, we were playing on Gibraltar, we got the Mercy separated from the Hanzo, and then the Mercy hit like 9 headshots. What? And it wasn't like I was like standing still. I was playing McCree, I rolled and fanned the hammer, and I still got fucking killed.
Yeah.
By a Mercy.
Ridiculous.
And I'm admitting this in a fucking public forum here.
Hey, that Mercy can fuck you up
I wasn't playing against Neptuno.
Fair.
Anyway.
So one of the other big points of discussion this week has been hero pools. I know a lot of people have been going on Twitter, like a lot of the content creators, a lot of everybody just talking about it and saying that either need to get rid of hero pool or the single ban, or make hero pools last longer. And I'm kind of on board with the
make them last
making
longer.
Hero pools last a little longer.
But the one thing I'm not on board with are the people, and there's quite a bit of them in the league, that are saying that you're ruining the league with the 2-2-2 roll lock plus hero pools. All right, look, I understand you want to play broken goats, okay? And then bitch about it every fucking 5 seconds. You want to play 3-3-3 because it's... Or 3-3. I don't know where I'm going with that. Hey, Jeff, new game mode. 3-3-3. I get being frustrated with the hero pools. I am to an extent. The play varies from week to week who's good and who's not. Mm-hmm. And I don't necessarily like that. Like, there's weeks... Like, last week was probably one of the best, most fun weeks of Overwatch we've had. Mm-hmm. But there are weeks when, certain heroes get banned, and it's like, it's a shit show across the board. Because people are trying to cut and paste a comp together. I understand that. That's bullshit. But at the end of the day, you guys are supposed to have bigger hero pools and bigger brains than me. Right.
And I do... One problem I do have is it does force some teams to just not be able to play the things that they're good at. And like it can create a lot of
like Soul is week to week.
Yeah. One week they're dominant and the other week they're just complete and utter crap, and like they can't
Atlanta
really and you can never really know exactly what you're going to get. So I think I really think what they should do, and I kind of get the feeling that they're going to do, is make it so they last for 3 weeks.
Well, if the current model,
and because what I'm thinking is it lasts for the duration of the tournament
prelims or whatever qualifiers.
Yeah, and then in playoffs, no bans.
Which, they're just going to play some kind of double shield thing. I'm sorry, I don't. There's a reason why they did this is because they don't have faith in the players and the teams to not play what is easiest. I don't care.
Maybe if you do it, the playoffs have a different hero pool than the prelims.
Well, they could
something
just
like that. I think would be
ban May across the board in the playoffs, and then
right.
Listen to them complain on Twitter, and then complain about how overpowered May is in the same breath when they're playing her. I'm sorry I'm being so negative about some of the stuff, but it annoys me to no end when they say, oh, they got to balance these heroes out, but they're playing the unbalanced ones. Right. It's not like you're like, well, we're going to play the balanced heroes. No, you're playing the broken shit. And then when they fix the broken shit to not be broken, you're still playing it because it's quote unquote what we know, and it's the we don't have time to all the fucking shit until it doesn't work at all.
Right.
Like they had them take Mercy and literally bury her into the ground and say, all right, you know what? You get one res every 5 hours.
One res per map.
Yeah. Have at it.
All right. So
let's get to some fun stuff.
Yeah.
And not me complaining
start talking about some of these games that are happening this weekend. We got a lot going on the slate. We got 12 games total, 7 on Saturday, 5 on Sunday. There's some good ones, but even with the amount of games we got some duds. Yeah.
I'm assuming everyone's going to be mad that my team's involved in another one.
Yeah, but, they're playing the Titans, so they can shut up.
You got to beat the bad teams too.
Yeah, exactly.
So, your green wall has to go up against the Mayhem, the Justice, Boston Uprising before you start talking garbage. Just saying it right now. Fucking bring the Mayhem this weekend. And we're going to beat Washington. We're going to be the number 1 seed for no fucking reason, and I don't fucking care. Fuck you people. Go back to Texas. Try and beat the fucking Uprising, and then you can talk shit. Oh, wait, you did. I'm sorry. But then you promptly lost to, the fucking Justice or something, whatever. Anyway. Rant done. Let's talk.
All right. So, Saturday morning, we've got Seoul and Chengdu.
I got money in the Titans, by the way, this week. Just saying. Saturday.
Fair enough. We'll get to that in our pick show.
Spoilers.
So, Saturday, starting off with Seoul and Chengdu. Yeah.
Chengdu's terrible. I'm sorry. We said it on Sunday. Good. They're bad.
They're really not good.
And since there's visa things and all this stuff, because I read a couple things about the walls that the Titans' former players are going to go through, they're probably not going to be playing for any NA teams. For the love of God, Chengdu. Take a look, please.
Yeah.
And not your DPS line necessarily, although Hacksaw and Jinmu...
That'd be pretty nasty.
They kind of share the same hero pool.
Shanghai has proven you cannot have enough projectile players right now.
Yeah. Or even their support line in Chengdu went, whoa, okay. That would, that would be like, or just one of them, any of them.
I would say if they can get both, they absolutely should, but one would make a massive difference for this team. And I don't think it matters which one.
Yeah.
Either Twilight or Slime is going to dramatically improve the Chengdu Hunters.
Well, Slime apparently has something going on. So, we'll see.
Oh, yeah, he did mention that.
Yeah. Oh, we didn't mention the hero pool this week. Fuck. What is it? Oh, it's all the things everybody hates in Tracer. Okay. Everything everybody hates being Orisa, Moira, and May.
Yeah.
And Tracer. You have to sacrifice one for the good of all.
Exactly.
We'll take it.
Oh, for sure.
As much as I like watching Tracer, I will take... I'll take it if the other three are banned.
Yeah.
But yeah, the Chinese matches are getting kind of old hat at this point. Well, at least with London and New York in there, you're kind of adding some new flavor.
And Seoul.
Well, Seoul at this point they're just falling into the APAC trap. From week to week, we don't know what the hell we're gonna get.
Yeah, no idea. But at least it's somebody that's not just the three Chinese teams playing each other.
Yeah, exactly. I'll take it. This match, I mean, it's gonna be.
Seoul should win, but I just can't. I really can't know until they play, because there's time. Yeah. The game that even still with Chengdu, there are games that they win that you're like, why?
Yeah.
How?
Yeah. Just when you write them off, they show up.
Exactly. All right, so let's move on to London and Shanghai.
Shanghai's going to bounce back. I
like London a lot, but yeah, I don't have any faith that they're going to put up a fight against Shanghai.
Oh, they might put up a fight, but they're nothing worth mentioning.
Yeah, it's going to... I mean, they'll probably win some... They might win a map. They'll definitely win a few fights.
Yeah.
And there'll be moments where you're like, ooh, they might take this part of the map, or they might take it all the way, and then Shanghai's just going to shut them down.
Yeah, and then you got New York and Hangzhou. New York, who knows? They should, but they won't. They might not. Right. Who knows?
Well, I think this will be one of their comeback games.
The only caveat is there's no Tracer, and that frightens me with them right now.
Oh, they're just going to play Sombra.
Yeah. And he's going to play... SBB will probably play...
He's going to play Sombra.
His Sombra Tracer.
Yeah. And they'll be fine.
Sombracer.
Honestly, what they really... like, I think more and more time is showing that Who Are You either just doesn't fit in, or he did not live up to the hype.
Yeah, and Nene's got some kind of injury kind of thing going on, so he's... back in the States still. So
they got to go back to their original carries in Libero and
SBB. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just what you got to do.
It's when they play their best.
Yeah.
It truly is.
Because, Libero's the jack of all trades, really good at a few.
Mm-hmm.
But it's better than I can play Genji in a non-Genji mode.
Yeah.
Or it's base right now that we're in. It just takes too much work with Genji. It's not worth it.
There's fights where it works, but overall you just don't have enough.
You have to put so much into it.
Yeah.
That to win one fight, you have to have two ults, and you had to, in that time span in between, like the neutral, you do nothing. Mm-hmm. Genji does nothing right now.
Mid-fight, he's worthless.
He's terrible. It's unfortunate, but it's true. It takes you an hour to build a blade up. I mean, AKM's not even going to be able to hold on to a blade that long, because you'd never get it.
Right.
I just had to throw that. I don't know why I threw that out.
Oh, dear God.
It has nothing to do with that, but, it's just... And his May, Who Are You's May is questionable, and unfortunately, well, she's out this week, so maybe we'll see him on something else. Maybe on, maybe they run some Echo, or they run some Pharah, but you got Libero, who can probably run them just as good.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's the plan.
Yeah, it'll be. I'm interested to see what New York runs.
This, yeah.
They very much might go just try to dive, and that would probably be their best bet.
Yeah. And that would be interesting against Hangzhou with Guxue, because Guxue still is a good monkey and all that kind of stuff. So it could be closer than you want it to be.
Yeah.
Especially if you're a New York fan, but...
I think I still like New York in this game.
Oh,
but they just have those moments where you just scratch your head and like, what are you doing?
And they have the pattern of 1 or 2 matches in every stage back in the day. They would be like, what the fuck did they just do?
Mm-hmm. And they're keeping that tradition alive.
Yes.
All right. So
consistency is good.
Yeah. Let's move on to the next match in the day.
Baby.
Coming back to the North America, we've got the Vancouver Titans and the Houston Outlaws, and the
fiesta that this could be.
Yeah.
Clowns and God. The Sasquatch fiesta.
Can
someone do a Sasquatch with a sombrero on?
So is Mooma going to feed his brains out on Ryan or on Monkey?
I don't know. Well, hydration. They brought hydration in last week to play Orisa, so I don't know.
I mean,
his
honestly,
that's
probably
still good though.
Off.
I will give him that. And I have no idea what Vancouver's dive scenario is like. It didn't look terrible last week.
Yeah.
It didn't look great either, but they're kind of new.
Yeah, it's really hard to get a good gauge on them just because they had so little practice time.
And it depends on Houston if they decide to play raucous or toss up. I would lean towards Houston raucous. In all honesty, but who the fuck knows?
Yeah,
because you don't know what you're getting with Vancouver, and that's kind of weird to play.
Yeah, you really don't. All right, let's move on to the next one. We got Florida and Washington.
Yeah,
and I mean we know where this is going. You guys got
handed a season going on here. I'll take it.
Yeah, but hey, you're winning them, and that's all that matters.
Yeah. Hey, there's no saying they could fuck up. They're not the greatest, but you know what? There's one thing that this thing is doing that people don't understand is it's building confidence.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, we're on a win streak. We got this going. We can do these things against these teams. What's to say we can't do against the other teams? And
not only
other teams that are highly ranked.
Are you guys on a win streak, you're on a 12-map win streak.
Yeah.
At the moment.
When's the last time?
You have the longest active map winning streak in the league at the moment. Yeah. You are 1 map shy of tying Vancouver.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So that means we're going to get 3 out, right?
Yeah, probably.
Well, I highly doubt it with this Washington team.
No. Yeah.
And
who's even going to play DPS for Washington?
Yeah, they still are missing one.
Do they even have enough players on their roster?
Yeah, they do, but they don't have enough DPS players. And they still got a tank that can get a visa. Or did they cut him finally?
I don't know what's going on with that. I think they probably are just like, whenever you can, try to get here. But at this point, they'd be best off just doing what some of the other teams are doing and just have him play on absurd ping.
Yeah, why not?
He'd probably not get into the country anytime soon.
Hey, it's the season 6 of the Overwatch League. Lulsish finally got his fucking visa.
Right.
But you gotta go Florida on this. And you know what? You beat who you're supposed to beat. That's all I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
Teams like Atlanta can't seem to beat teams that are better than them or allegedly worse than them. So I'm not putting them on that caliber because we lost to them. So, we did beat one team though that seems to think that they're better than us. But anyway, we shall see. Let's move on to the next match. Do we need now? All right. So let's move on to the match after that. That's probably going to be the best one of the day.
Yeah.
We don't need to talk about the match before it. It's like Shanghai Season 1. Okay, blah, blah, blah. Gladiators, Boston. Who cares?
Yeah, pretty much. Gladiators bounce back.
Yeah.
If you can even call it that.
The Gladiators play a match. And the next match could be good. I want to see what Atlanta can do. Damn it!
I really hope that Atlanta can get something together. I'm not holding out much hope because they run best with Orisa double shield, and without Orisa, I just don't see it. Maybe if they can somehow.
Last week they didn't even play Gator and Hawk though.
Yeah, true.
I mean,
but they still ran that comp.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, it's weird that's what they're like. They don't even run the two guys that are best at it, and they still play really well. Like I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know what to feel about this team, because unless they're doing that, I have zero confidence in them. And when they are doing that, I feel like they're one of the best teams in the league.
Yeah,
and
it's much like Soul. When Soul runs that, they seem to be better. I don't give a call to Janu. Everybody,
I really hope that.
Maybe not them, but
somebody should.
Yeah,
if they're not, come on.
Well, I guess it would be able to get to Atlanta anyway at this point.
Yeah, for sure. So, yeah, I just hope Atlanta puts up a fight and makes this interesting, because I want to see that. I want
to see Baby Bay style on him a little bit.
Yeah,
I want to see that.
A good revenge match for Baby Bay. It'd be pretty fun.
Then we moved to Sunday, and there's just
some real duds. We get Guangzhou and Chengdu for the 800th time.
Who knows? It should be Guangzhou, but probably won't be.
Right. And then
Guangzhou and London could be interesting.
Yeah, it could be. I don't know. I want
London to be good.
I'm so not interested in Hangzhou at all this year. Like, they are far and away the team I've watched the least. And I expect the least. I'm not missing anything.
Well, I said I expect the least out of them, and I expect the least out of some of the other teams. But like either way, it's kind of like okay,
right?
Until they beat somebody that's worse than them or better than them, not on the same level, I'll be down, I guess.
Yeah,
like they just trade off wins with like Guangzhou and Chengdu.
Mm-hmm.
Occasionally, well, they did beat Seoul, but I don't know what the fuck Seoul was doing. They took like a nap for a week and a half.
They really did.
The North American matches are kind of more compelling, really.
Yeah,
sort of. Dallas Paris has gotten more interesting.
Yes. So that is one thing that I think your team is not getting enough credit for, is they throttled Paris.
Without Eggsy, though.
Without Eggsy. But even still, like,
a
lot of people, for some reason, keep holding Paris to this higher standard than what they really are. Honestly, I get the feeling that Dallas is just going to trash Paris.
Yeah.
I would not be surprised. But then there's also points where Soon and Nico
they click
monsters. Yeah. So I think it really all depends on that. And I feel like it kind of alternates games.
Yeah, it does. And I think it also helps when you have a good support line, though. Look at Philadelphia.
Because, Paris looked really good against the Gladiators last week.
Yeah, and it's Fielder and fucking FD God, much like it's Funny Astro and Alarm doing stuff for Philadelphia.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't die, you win a lot of team fights. It's a known fact.
Yeah.
And these guys are... And Fielder's playing out of his mind on fucking 9 million ping and shit.
He really is.
Dallas, though, I like where Dallas is going right now. I just...
Same.
And Paris, too, though. Paris is kind of on the up. And we're at the end of this tournament, lest we forget, we get the Magic Man coming in. Sparkle.
Mm-hmm. So, and it's like we said, as long as Paris can just keep themselves somewhat relevant up to this point, once he comes in, then that makes them a very dangerous team. And it seems like they've actually built a really good team around him. So,
yeah,
I think they can absolutely make a big splash when he comes in.
Dallas is the team on the rise.
But Dallas is also a team that they've just got such a great mix of young talent on their DPS line, and then on top of that, they have some really good, solid veterans.
Yeah,
and
exactly,
and some young talent. I think Crimzo is pretty underrated. I think he's played very, very well up to this point.
And Crimzo closer is a better option for them. It's not the greatest, but it works well enough.
Right. And it gets them, it gets by.
And and they were fighting pretty hard against San Francisco. I mean, so I'm liking where they're going. I think they're doing well. The next match, I don't know what's going to happen here, except for Philly's going to do something.
Oh yeah,
yeah. You know what, Matt? The last match of the night could be very interesting with Toronto and the Valiant.
Yeah,
that's intriguing. You want to say the Valiant roll, but if Toronto
just finally gets their heads out of their asses and play the correct DPS line, they are a great team.
Yeah, and I think Cruz is already starting to show his worth because they played really well against San Francisco.
It was a dramatic difference for them.
Yeah.
Even though they lost because of San Francisco, they just looked so much more cohesive, and like it looked like something finally. Yeah, they had direction. Like it looked like something finally clicked for them, and if they start playing the correct DPS line, and Cruz keeps getting better synergy with everybody on the team, I think they could make a dramatic turnaround.
Yeah, and underrated on that team is Beast.
Yes.
Everyone was questioning him as being the weak link and all that stuff. He's probably been one of their better players.
Yeah, he really has. And he has consistently got better throughout the season. Because there were definitely some horrible moments to start the season. But just every week he's improved, and he's always getting better. And I mean, that's really all you can do. That's all you can expect a guy making that jump.
Yeah.
And because it's very rare where you get those guys that can come in from contenders and just absolutely mash.
Yeah.
It's hard. That's really, really hard to do. Yeah. It's like that in any professional sport. When you have a minor league system or a tier, something underneath.
College player, whatever you want to call it.
That jump is really hard, and it is.
Yeah.
As much as people want people to have an immediate impact, those kind of guys and those kinds of players just don't really happen that often.
Generally, it's the people they say won't have an impact do.
Exactly.
The opposite of what everybody wants to happen.
Mm-hmm.
See Ryan Leaf and Peyton Manning.
Yeah.
See Michael Jordan.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. He's 6'0". He's not going to do anything against these 7-footers in the league. Yeah, you can't stop what you can't see.
Yeah. Well, isn't Jordan 6'3"?
He's 6'5", but at that point, it was all big guys.
Yeah. It was like, well, he's not over 7 feet. Yeah. So he's pointless.
Yeah, it's pointless because he's not going to be able to drive the lane against Kareem and Bill Walton and the Twin Towers and all that stuff that was going on at that time. But he was like, yeah, I'll just go around them. Why should I go through them? Or over them.
Yep. There's 10 times slower than I am.
Yeah. But it's just, it's kind of like that weird thing. If you doubt somebody, some certain people rise to the occasion and prove you wrong. And Beast is kind of doing that.
Yeah.
To me, low key, but he's playing better than people are giving him credit for. People were kind of trashing him, and me included. I was kind of like, I don't know, he hasn't really done anything lately, but yeah, I think this match this could be one of the more interesting matches. Sunday's got weirdly interesting matches. Not necessarily like the San Francisco, Atlanta, where you're like, all right, two top teams going at it. But like some of these mid-level teams that you're like, all right, let's see where they're at. Like even like the Hangzhou London match, you're like, okay, this could go a couple different ways. I don't know what's going to happen.
Exactly.
Yeah, and this is one of them too. I'm kind of torn on it, but we'll see what we do with that on Saturday.
For sure.
Yeah, because guys, this is going to be the end of our preview show. So thanks to everybody out there in YouTube land. Thanks very much for all the likes, subscribes, all of the watches and all that. If you're new, don't forget to hit the like, hit the subscribe, hit the bell for alerts and all that. We do 3 different shows on a weekly basis. We do the Sunday Night Backcap, which is our live recap show. We do a preview show, and then we do a pick show on Fridays. So, and if you're in podcast land, thank you very much for all your support. We greatly appreciate it. If you are on iTunes, please give us a review. That would be, once again, much appreciated. And give us some kind of like or anything you can do for us on any other podcatcher of choice that you're using. We are going to see you guys on Friday. Thanks a lot, and we will talk to you on the next one.
Catch you guys on the next one. Later.